Hey there, Wondering Watchers. Welcome to this super quick pick a card reading. I've pre-shuffled the Oracle cards decks that I use for this reading and pulled a total of 4 cards for each of the 4 piles in front of me. Each pile contains messages in response to a yes or no question, a timing question about when something will occur, an open-ended question, and what you should know about your inquiry. You can ask one question or you can ask multiple questions for each pile. Depending on your inquiry, there may be more messages in the pile than are needed to actually answer your questions. So feel free to take with you whatever messages resonate and leave behind whatever does not. Keep in mind that these cards only provide perspective. You have agency over your life and you decide how you want to experience it. It's your choices and your actions that determine the ultimate truth of your situation. So here, you're going to go ahead and pick the pile or piles of cards that you feel drawn to the most. Make sure that the question you ask is clear. It is best to write down your specific question since the interpretation of the messages depends on the phrasing of your question. If you need more time to pick a pile or to clarify the phrasing of your question, then feel free to pause the video. Once you're ready to receive your messages, go to the description box and click on the link for the corresponding pile. Now it's time to tap into the cards, choose your super quick Oracle adventure, and let's make magic happen. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 1. So here are the messages in response to your inquiry. The answer to your question is a strong no. So this could potentially answer the entirety of your inquiry, but if it doesn't, let's keep going. In terms of timing, it will approximately be within the next few weeks. And you should know to trust. So basically, trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust that things are going to be working out for your best and highest good. And consider the light and dark attributes of the scribe archetype. So the light attribute, preserving knowledge and information. The shadow attributes, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So group number 1, perhaps your inquiry kind of pertains to written information, things that you are trying to kind of condense into either the written word or something that is spoken, and consider the aspects of trying to get the information accurate so it can be relayed accurately versus, framing things to not necessarily alter the truth, but to kind of shift perspective in a way that you want or in a way that someone wants you to perceive it. So I hope this provides a helpful perspective of your situation. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 2, and here are the messages in response to your inquiry. The answer is no. So this is not a strong no. It just means no at this time, or no based on the current situation, where you are on your path at present. If the environment or situation changes in some significant way, then that might change. In terms of timing, we have not the right time. So perhaps, like I was saying, if that's why it's the no, if something needs to change, if circumstances need to change, or somehow the environment needs to change. That's why it is a no. But if you asked a separate question, then it's just not the right time. So you should listen to your intuition regardless. So whatever you feel in your gut to be the truth, as opposed to just like wishful thinking or listening to what other people are telling you. The message for you is to trust your intuition. And some light and shadow attributes to consider are this liberator archetype. So the light attributes, it says freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. The shadow attributes are imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. So group number 2, kind of consider how the questions that you're asking here kind of are, based on trying to kind of expand your mind, other people's minds, getting more information, and trying to look at the positives of something, and also whether or not you might be kind of either encouraging someone or someone is encouraging you to do something when there are actually legitimate limitations involved, whether it's based on like something that is constant or just at this time. So group number 2, this is what I have for you. I hope this provides a helpful perspective of your situation. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 3, and here are the messages in response to your inquiry. The answer is a strong yes. So it's going to happen. It has happened. It is the right course of action. And in terms of your timing, you have this take action card. So it's almost whenever you make that first step, or whenever you actually decide to take action and make your first moves towards it. Or it could be that something that you're communicating to someone is going to set things in motion. You should know that the situation will improve. If it's good now, it'll continue being good. If it's not great, well, it will improve. And in terms of your archetype, the light and shadow attributes of the Knight archetype are something to consider here with your question. In terms of the light attributes, you have loyalty, romance and chivalry, a love of honor. And the shadow attributes, you have allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. So group number 3, if this had to do with a question about, starting to date someone or getting information, communication from someone about their feelings, or something in the romantic realm, then the message here is to kind of consider what is kind of the action based upon like a sense of honor, a sense of doing the right thing, a sense of following your heart, versus action taken to kind of go against the status quo or mainstream, and a false sense of connection. So group number 3, this is what I have for you. I hope this provides a helpful perspective of your situation. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 4, and here are the messages in response to your inquiry. The answer is yes at present, based on the way things are currently going. It is not a strong yes, so it is possible that depending on you or the situation, the environment, things could change, but right now the answer is yes. In terms of timing, we have this wait card. So group number 4 might be that more information is coming in, or a situation is changing, or things need to get settled down a bit, but the answer is yes to your first question. If it's a second question, the answer is wait. But if it's related to the first, then it's like yes, but wait. Okay? In terms of what you should know that there's no need to worry. Things will work out the way they need to work out for you, for your best and highest good. So don't necessarily fret or stress, just kind of trust that things are going in a good way. And in terms of consideration to give for a certain archetype, you have this monk nun archetype, and the light and shadow attributes should be considered with respect to your inquiry here. For the light attribute, you have selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. For the shadow attributes, you have negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. So group number 4, when it comes to your question, kind of consider what part of your question has to do with you doing something selflessly, trying to either serve like a bigger purpose, to do what's right, to do what is like trustworthy. I don't know why that word comes to my mind. And then kind of consider, when it comes to your inquiry, what is perhaps influenced by kind of having unreasonable standards, or kind of looking down on other things as not being good enough, or other people, or possibly, maybe you not having those high standards, but someone else having those types of standards, and kind of recognizing that they're unreasonable, or they are more looking at things through a negative lens, as opposed to seeing the potential positive of things. So group number 4, I hope this provides a helpful perspective of your situation. We'll see you next time. Take care.